name is Jason, and I'm here for today. Here to give a bit of a dose of hope. So nice to meet you. Nice to see you again. I'm a channeler. And yeah, so before I get into all of it, well, there's not much to get into today. I just wanted to talk a little bit about emotional overload and yeah, just too much information. And before I go into that, if you see, here's my site in the background. If you're interested, there's a link below. Try to keep this like below 1 minute or okay, so here you go. You can click there for spiritual guidance and you can schedule a session. There's testimonials there. If you click on the blue button, there's offerings. And I have a group here called the Lightworker Group, and it's a subscription, and we get 2 live channelings a month, plus a sound bath, plus access to all the archives. We have over 50 plus hours of archive channel material with the transcripts in addition to all of the sound baths for the past 3 years, so almost about 30 sound baths if you're interested. All right, okay. And then this is the yin and yang symbol, which I'm sure you're all familiar with, but I like to introduce it every time to talk about how it is the representation of our world at the moment. We are living in a yin and yang world where the 2 sides are very, very polarized. The way that you know it's polarized is because you can say just a few words and people will lose their stuff. So in a polarized world, the best place to be is right in the middle, right in that center path, right here. That way you're not jumping into judgment or fear or any of those sort of things. You're just right here in the middle. And so that's what I like to talk a lot about here on this channel, is staying in the middle path, staying out of all of the fear, all of the anger, all of the worry, all of the judgment, and trying to stay in that middle path as much as possible. I think if we were able to do that at all times, I think we probably wouldn't be here at this moment. So it is kind of a thing that we live our lives, we go through our lives, and we have ups and downs. We jump into a bit of polarity, and then we jump back. But just understanding that, having the awareness in the background that all of this is happening for a reason. I don't know the reason for everything, and in the end, everything is for your good, even though it doesn't seem like that. So information overload, and that's the topic today. And I was talking yesterday or a few days ago about the empath blues and how you start to pick up all this crazy stuff, especially around the full moon, when the energies are just nuts. And the full moon always knocks me down. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know how others deal with the energy of it, but for me, it just knocks me out. And then, yeah, it also gives me, I get implanted dreams too. A lot of the dreams that I get are not mine. Like the one I had last night was not mine. I get implanted dreams, and it's just like, what's fun in this, And that's actually what brought me to this too much information thing too. So right now, there's a lot of stuff that's being revealed in our world, and it's all coming out. And a lot of the stuff, I have been, as most people, I think, over the past 5 years, we've been doing a lot of research about all kinds of different things, and we've pretty much seen a lot of, well, yeah, I think all of us can say we've seen a lot. We've gone down the rabbit holes and seen a lot of crazy things, but when it starts to become more and more mainstream, it's kind of harder to avoid it. And usually, so that kind of stuff, like if you're researching it, it will not kind of come out. But now it's just like you're kind of scrolling, and then it's like, oh my god, I didn't want to know that. And I'm referring now to that one man that's in the media right now. He Puff Daddy or P Diddy, however you want to call him. So there's just information there. It's just like, ouch, okay, I don't want to know this. I really don't want to know all this information about, and it's getting detailed. And this, of course, this is the whole point, because it's building up to something else. It's building up to the grand reveal of what is really going on, and not just this, depravity, but there's something deeper to it, and I think it's just what's happening is it's building up to it. But it's just like, yeah, because I've done a lot of the research, and I've seen and heard and all of the testimonials of all kinds of different people, and so but And just to see it in the mass media, it's just like, whoa, it's really, this idea of everything that was hidden is being revealed is really being revealed. And this is kind of the tip of the iceberg. I mean, I think if you look at all this stuff as a movie, and that's the way to view it, as a movie, we're in the middle path, we're viewing this movie that's being revealed. The only way for us to change our world, the reason why all this stuff is being revealed, is because only when we truly know what all of the things that have been going on can we actually make a true decision on love or fear. Up until this point, a lot of stuff has been hidden from us, and so we can't truly make a true decision. But when everything, all of the cards are laid out, and then you say, okay, now what frequency will you go into? And that's what this is all about. In a sense, it's a test as well to see if we can handle all of this stuff. And are we going to jump into judgment, fear, anger, or are we going to view it, okay, all of this has a meaning, but we don't really know what it is? And that's where I tend to think of it. This is a slow reveal. This is a narrative that's building up. And there's also, for example, many people might, well, I won't even go into that part, but yeah, so it's, but for me, just because I've been under the weather, I've been under the moon weather, because the moon's been like throwing me for a loop, and all the people putting out all that energy, the people that are on the other side of the coin, the people that are in this place over here, tend to like to throw out a lot of negative stuff during the full moon time. And I guess that's another reason why I don't like it. Just, come on, find a hobby, but so, other than that, learn to play the piano. Learn to play the ukulele is good. I recommend the ukulele. But so yeah, it's just a weird time, and then plus then there's all this information overload. But so what I wanted to do though is to since I'm kind of on this thing about attempting to ask my guides a little bit about what's going on in the popular, not popular, but what's going on in the media. And they usually tell me not to just ignore it, but just to keep them on their toes and just to see how they will approach this whole situation. So right now, here we are at May 13th, 2025. May 14th, 2025 here in Japan at 8:50 at night. And I'm just asking, there are many different things there are certain court cases that are happening about the guy that I just mentioned, and a lot of things are in flux in our world at the moment. And you could easily look back, if you're looking at this from the future, you can just type in that date and you'll find what was in the news at that time. So it's not really important, because in about a month from now, no one's going to even care about that guy I was talking about. It's all going to be out of your mind. It's just one news cycle. But I thought, just to get the guide's view on it, because this news cycle is just the same as every other news cycle. It's an attempt to get us into the polarities. But there is a lot to be learned from it as well. So here we go. I'm going to ask so what can they tell us about all this? There's too much information at this moment. And I think, hold on, I'm going to switch the camera. Okay, so what can they tell us about all this too much information? Here we go. Greetings, we are that one that you know of as Esmeralda, and we're here, and we're here, and we're here. And we would like to, yes, address this idea of too much information. What is too much information? What isn't too much information? What we would have you know is that you are being bombarded by energies that you have not been bombarded by in this body that you are living in. This earth is being bombarded with more energies than you could ever imagine, and then more than you ever have before, because this is the time for you to shift and to change. And so this is the time for you to maneuver these new waters, to maneuver these new spectrums of light these new spectrums of information. Light is information. And now understanding that all of these things are being revealed to you at this moment. And it feels like it's hard to even breathe. It feels like you're being pushed into a corner. There's just so much information and there's so much energy. It's hard to sleep. It's hard to stay awake. It's hard to do anything. It's hard to even concentrate. Yes, this is a beautiful time, because this is the time, this is the crunch time, you might say. This is the time when coal becomes a diamond, when the pressure will create diamonds. This is the time for all of you to understand your true power. This is the time that is calling on all of you to step into your true power. Up until this point, you have been given more time, and so you can maneuver around all of the things that are happening. But now everything is starting to appear directly in front of you. And what do you do with all of that information when it's directly in front of you? Do you step into your power? Do you step into your judgment? Do you step into your love? Or do you step into your fear? And that's what is happening at this moment. And we would say that, yes, you can turn it off. You always can turn it off. But there will be a time when the pitch will be so high that it will be impossible to turn off, because this information is information that it's necessary for all of you to know what is truly going on this planet. It is information that will allow you, as this being said, yes, to truly make a choice. There are many things on this planet that you do not know, that have been kept from you. And once they are revealed, that will be the time for you to step into your power. It will push you outside of the realm where you feel comfortable, outside of your comfort zone. You will be pushed far out of your comfort zone, as many of you have been, but more and more of you will be pushed outside of your comfort zone. And this is by design. This is by design, because the comfort zone is not a zone. It seems comfortable there, but it is a place of illusion. It is a place of fear. It is a place of not really seeing the world around you. That is what a comfort zone is. The word comfort is not quite the right word for it. It should be an illusion zone. And so you are approaching a place where there will be no longer any more illusion zones, where you just have to see everything that is around you as it is, without ornamentation, without imagination put upon it, so that you can truly see what it is, without trying to fool yourself, without trying to kid yourself, to truly understand the situation that you are in, to truly understand the situation that the world is in. And that is the process that you are under. And that is why it feels like too much information, but it is not too much information. It is the information. And once you are able to go through this information, once you're able to transmute it and understand it and where it comes from, and understand that, similar to your Christ symbol, that he who is without sin will throw the first stone, and understanding that none of you are completely free of all of the things that you might be judging out there in this mass media. None of you are free from that. All of you in your hearts have judged. All of you have attacked. All of you have created drama, have created fear, have gossiped, have created. So understand that, understand where you are as well. And that is a very large part of this whole situation, is that you are not on a high horse, and you never have been on a high horse. Understand that you're all one, and that all of you are going through this together. All of you are going through the grand reveal, the grand disclosure, all together. And you're going through it together, with holding hands, helping each other out, trying to understand what it all means, because it's all for you. It's all there to teach you how to love, how to get back to love, how to remain in love, no matter what you see, no matter where you are, how to remain in love, because that is your superpower. That is the true power. That is the true way out of here. And that is, yes, the neutral path, remaining in love, even though all that you see around you does not seem to be love. All right. So, all right, guys, so thanks for joining in. Information overload. They didn't really talk on any topical things, and I didn't expect them to. And yeah, but so it's interesting. But it was just, for me, that was the one thing I felt today. This information overload is just place, even on just the normal news, it's just like, oh, I didn't want to know that. Oh, that's just, I don't want to know about all that stuff. Please don't tell me. But, it's part of the whole thing. We learn about it. So, anyway, hope you guys are hopeful, and go beach, and hopefully see you guys soon.